It's not possible. I didn't say it would be easy, Neo.
Please introduce yourself, state your name and DOC number for the record.
Oh, big 283-933.
All right, Mr. Bates, my name is Brennan Kelsey. Along with me is Mr. Roche. Ms. Wise will be your panel, explain the process to you, read some information to the record, have a parole interview, ask you some questions. You can respond at the end. You can make a statement, we'll take a vote. You understand the process?
Yes, sir.
And you have Ms. Amy Jean Houston, Rochelle Bates, Adrienne Hutchinson, Andrew Hunley, and you have Mr. Lancaster. Would you like to introduce your student?
Yes, Mr. Kelsey. Robert Lancaster with the LSU Parole and Reentry Clinic here today representing Mr. Bates. With me is Charlize Walter. She is a second-year student at the Law Center. She has worked with Mr. Bates to prepare him for the hearing today and helped prepare the packet that was submitted to the committee. She's not certified under Louisiana Supreme Court Rule 20, but she is prepared to make a statement in support of Mr. Bates' behalf at the conclusion of the hearing if the committee deems it appropriate.
All right, thank you. Okay. All right, Mr. Bates. Call Bates, DOC number 283-933. You're a second class offender. Parole eligibility date 4/27/2023. Good time 7/1/2042. Full term 12/26/2092. You have 90-year sentence. You had a commutation of sentence signed by Governor Edwards on 4/27/2023. Second degree murder. Does that sound correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. Would you answer Ms. Wise, please?
Yes.
Good morning.
Morning, ma'am.
How's it going?
Going good, ma'am.
Going
Little nervous.
Yep. You've been here before?
Yes, ma'am.
Got some experience. Mr. Bates, tell us what you've been doing since your clemency hearing. What's been going on?
Well, all the classes I went through, I'm still trying to maintain everything that I learned from there. When I work at death row,
Stop you there. That is so powerful. You've been spending time trying to maintain what you learn in the classes.
yes, ma'am.
That's good. It's good. I don't think I ever heard that before. Good. I tell you. Okay, I'm sorry. Go on.
And I work at death row at night, and I have a lot of relationships with the guys over there, and I understand what they're going through, and I try to encourage them to never give up, because you never know what happens. You know, and I try to just still I work with a lot of the old guys inside the camp at Camp F. I still do their toes. I kind of manicure their toes because they can't reach it. So I have to go down and get it for them, you know? Yes, ma'am.
That's quite a humbling job. So call out for the record how old you are today.
I'm 61, ma'am.
And how long you served in jail on this sentence?
In December this year, it'd be 30 years.
30 years in December. Your crime was quite concerning. You know that.
Yes, ma'am.
But from what I've read, your family has forgiven you.
Yes, ma'am.
Your son and your daughter have forgiven you.
Yes, ma'am.
That's commendable. That really is commendable. Yeah, I think you've had 9 write-ups in this whole 30 years, and you got several certificates of recognition. And tell us about that. You got 1, 2, 7, or 23 certificate. I think it was what happened with the reception center. I think.
Up front, yes. They had us going up there. I work at death row at night, mopping the floors, buffing, scripting. And they had me and the other guy that worked with me, we had to go up there and do that on several occasions before they actually open up.
Okay. Well, that's good. And you had you had a certificate of something in 2018 in this certificate?
I think that was from when we went to the fair in Franklinton. We put up the memorial wall for the veterans day.
Okay, good. One of the things I read in your statement, it said that it's not about where you die in, it's about the state of mind you die in.
Yes, ma'am.
I thought that was powerful. That's what you've been telling the death row inmates.
Yes, ma'am.
state of mind that you die in. So what is your relationship with your son? I hear he's struggling right now. How you?
Oh, he over the years I've been hearing he had a little drink. He likes to drink, and lately since I've been talking to him the last few months, he kind of slowed down. But I would still like to have that relationship with him because I'm not a big drinker. I never was a big drinker, and I like to be able to be around him. So when I see him doing he have a problem, we'll be able to sit down and talk about it. So he won't have to go down that road.
Okay. Okay. I saw that you were in the Marines from 1980 to 1984. Right? And then you joined the Marine Corps?
Yes, ma'am.
So why didn't you make it a career?
Because I didn't make it a career because I was missing home and I was missing my wife. I was missing
And she couldn't
my
move
girlfriend at the time.
Your wife couldn't move where you live?
I just want to get back to ma'am.
Your wife couldn't move with you where you were living?
We was married at the time because her mother wouldn't let us get married. So we just never did maintain
Okay. Because when I read
a relationship in the 4 years.
you had made a
But
career.
when I got out, I want to get back together.
Yes, I saw that. That's what I read. Because when I look at your history, of course we have the vantage point of looking at your life before and now, and of course we can pick at it now because it's history. Your life would have been totally different had you stayed in the Marines and made that a career.
Believe me, I have thought about that over the years. Why I just didn't stay there. I wouldn't
struggle trying to find a job and had a baby already, yeah.
Over the years, I thought about it, but I don't think I made a mistake by coming home. If I wouldn't have came home, I wouldn't have had my daughter. Okay.
I like the way you look at that. Okay. So tell us, what are your plans? If you're successful today, what are your plans?
My plan is to go to parole project in Baton Rouge, and in that time, I'll be trying to get into truck driving school. And in between that and the time when I go home, I'll be doing a little work for my nephew. Keep maintaining his house that he got rented out.
Okay, all right. I know that's what I thought you said. You want to do it. You want to be a truck driver.
Yes, ma'am.
Anybody mention to you about the TWIC card and what you have to get for that?
I'm willing to do anything I need to get that job. That's always been my dream job.
Okay. Okay. I hope it works out. That's the only thing I'm concerned about with the TWIC card. And with your parole officer and your charge, I hope it works out. And you do have law enforcement opposition, the sheriff's office and the DA's office, and voice some opposition. There's nothing you can do about that. That's all I got. And the governor did sign your clemency that's already been stated on the record. Warren, what you want to tell us about this young man?
He has maintained his Class A trustee status going back to from 2009. He temporarily lost it in 14, regained it after several months. One thing about Paul, looking at his background, is that we've had to move him from time to time in his job for institutional need, and he has taken on those tests. I will say that from 2015 to 2019, he worked cleaning grease traps for 4 years. That is not a highly sought after job at any institution, but he did it for 4 years. We've seen other guys that do it for a lot less time than that and will sometimes catch a write-up to get out of that job. So it speaks to Paul.
Thank you.
All right, Andrew.
Andrew Hunley, Louisiana Parole Project, here today to commit to the board that Paul is a client of ours, and we look forward to welcoming him into our residential reentry program. Not only do we have confidence that Paul will do a phenomenal job with his reentry, he's obviously a very thoughtful, mature person, very driven person. But we think that he's the kind of person that the board releases, and then he has a positive impact on other people who've been released. He's the kind of person who's a mentor and a good example for other people around him, just knowing who he has been and how other people view him. So we're excited about the opportunity to help him rebuild his life, and we'll know life. And we know that he's not only going to do a good job, but he would impact others if given that chance. Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, Mrs. Hutchinson, would you like to make a statement? Is she there, or do we don't have that? Is that wrong? For some reason, it says yes. I don't know why. Maybe it was wrong.
It's wrong. I'm not speaking to be. Yeah.
Sorry, we just had it wrong down here. I'm gonna scratch it off. All right, Mr. Paul, would you like to make a statement on your behalf?
Sir, I'm just looking forward to the opportunity to get back with I got 10 grandkids. 7 of those are boys. And I want to be able to cut it off where they will come to this place like this. The oldest is 11 out of those boys. And I want to be there for them. I just want to be there for them.
So where are you moving back to after Parole Project?
Kentwood, sir.
Who you gonna live with?
Me and my son are going to live together.
Okay. How's your son?
My son will be 42. He'll be 44 in January.
What's his name?
Paul Terrence Brumfield.
Okay. All right, Ms. Walters, would you like to wrap it up?
Yes, sir. I want to first thank the board for allowing me to be present and speak on behalf of Mr. Paul Bates. I think that he is his best advocate when it comes to speaking on all of the things that he has done. I do want to highlight his job. I do think that it's a big deal that he's working at the death row and has been able to encourage emotional awareness. He's very understanding of his boundaries when it comes to his emotional capacity. And I think that's very important, especially when it comes to if he's granted parole, being released and things like that, to be aware of what his limits are. I do also want to highlight that his end goal, his dream has always been a truck driver. Parole Project is willing to help him ensure that he has the foundation needed to pursue that dream, but his family will also be there to support him throughout that process as well. So I think that basically Mr. Bates has really been proven since the past 30 years to not only become more self-aware, but also aware of how his emotions and how his role impacts those around him. So if he is granted parole, he will transition to first the Parole Project, then Kentwood, where he will be surrounded by family and friends. They are the great, I think they offer so much support. They'll be loving, they're willing to take care of him in any aspect that they can. But after that, he will try to achieve his goal of being getting a CDL. And for those reasons and the reasons that Mr. Bates offered in the hearing, we respectfully request that he be granted parole with any conditions the committee deems appropriate. Thank you.
Right, thank you. Now prepare to vote, Ms. Wise.
Yes. Mr. Bates, I just want to commend you on the work that you've done. You did a great harm, but you healed and you've been helping others. And that's all that's all I can ask. My vote is to grant to the Louisiana Parole Project for a period of time that they find appropriate. 1 year after release, I want you to start doing 7 hours a month community service, working with domestic violence programs and with youth. Just kind of break that up and try to involve your grandkids. Like if you start a softball team or something, try to engage your kids in your community service with other kids. That is my vote, sir. That's wishes to you.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Roche.
Mr. Bates, my vote is the
sir.
same. I'm gonna vote to grant. I'm gonna add one condition, that you have a curfew from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. And good luck.
Thank you, sir.
All right, your 2 votes to grant your parole, and I know when you get back to Kentwood, you got a really good, big family. They're gonna really help you, take care of you for sure. My vote is to grant your parole today as well. You have 7 hours of community service, that you need to attend after you've finished with the parole project. You have a curfew from 9 p to 6 a. So hey, here's your opportunity, get back to the community, do something good. You have a great opportunity to help those youngsters in Kentwood for sure.
Thank you, sir.
Today, your parole's been granted. Good luck to you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.